I guess because I have to turn on 15,000 things before I get started. All right. So intersection, when you think of an intersection, when I ask you, let's do some psychology. You say one word and you say the first word that pops in your head. Intersection, what do you think of?
Roads.
Lines.
Roads. That's what you think of. Red lights or roads, don't you? A stop sign, don't you?
I was going to say stop sign, but I thought you meant
no, I think of the probability of, no, you don't. If anybody asks you, if somebody walks up to you and says, okay, we're going to play a psychology game, intersection, first thing you're going to say is either roads, you're going to say red lights, or you're going to say stop sign. You're not going to say the vertex where two lines intersect and cause a plane and cause a point in one dimension. Shut up. You're not going to do that. So, an intersection, roads. A road is an overlap of one road and another road, and the asphalt is mixed on both roads, right? Because it's intersection. So there is a what with an intersection?
An overlap.
What about a union? A union, is there an overlap? No. What is a union?
What is union?
Well, that won't happen in a million years. Okay, let's play the psychology game. Okay, exclude the math geeks that's going to say, well, it's the group of, no, shut up. When I say union, what's the first thing you think of?
Marriage.
Okay.
No, I think of like factories.
Factories. Okay, good. That's a good one. What else? Come on, girls. Union. I've only heard from two guys. That's why I said girls.
Together.
Civil War.
Together. Who said that? Who said Anderson or Easley? Okay, together. You're 100% correct. All right. Think of a wedding. Think of Civil War. Okay. What was the Union? The Union was the United States together. Okay. After the Civil War, basically, when we had Union, that was together. And then the third one, somebody said workers' union. Okay. That means coming what? Together. All right. So what makes up, what is a union? It's whatever makes up the group. And there's no overlap. So is this an intersection or a union? Look up here.
Intersection.
Do they overlap?
No, it's a union.
It's a union.
It's a union. So negative. No sneezing in class. Union. That's a joke. It's a joke. I actually had somebody complain to my department head. He won't let us sneeze in class. Good God, people, get a sense of freaking humor. Everybody's so offended because they ain't got no dadgum sense of humor. All right. So, hopefully that knocks some cobwebs loose with the union and the intersection. Here's an example of a intersection. X is greater than 5. X is less than 7. All right, graph that.
Mr. Core, what's the difference between the union symbol when it's facing up and when it's facing down?
Just remember, what
I've
does
seen it written
union
both
start
ways.
with? What does union start with?
A U.
Okay, so if union starts with a U, then what's the other one?
Upside down one.
Upside down U. Or you could put a U with an X in it, but some smart ass teacher may mark it wrong. Okay?
The intersection is the upside down U?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I'm going over some stuff that y'all have forgotten, because I swear some people think they know it all. You know there's some in your class, in each of your classes.
I'm pretty sure I've never heard of union before.
Well, that's interesting. Union and intersection. It's usually in inequalities. Because if I give you what's x is equal to 4, well, you're going to take your highlighter and you're going to put a what? A dot at x is equal to 4. Not even a big closed dot. That's just the answer. But what these are solution sets. Solution sets means that you can plug in 5 or 6 or 7 and the equation will work out because it's the inequality. So it kind of it's used a lot in business if you're trying to figure out cost. All right? Cost, and what's the opposite of cost? What's everybody want to make?
Money.
Which is
Profit.
called profit. All right? So you use the inequalities with cost and profit a lot. So if you're going to suck at business, it's because of this. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So x is greater than 5. So I'm going to put a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to highlight everything to the what?
Right.
Everything to the right. That includes positive infinity. And now I'm going to graph x at 7. That's 5, 6, 7. And graph everything to the what? To the left. Because it's less than. Is there an overlap?
Yes.
Yes, the overlap is right there. So now we have a what?
Intersection.
We have an intersection.
Or upside down
And the
U.
intersection, or upside down U, intersection is where?
Between 5 and 7.
Okay, and you can put, well, the best way, well, unions are usually shown like this. Negative, or 5, comma, 7, and then you put a parenthesis here and a parenthesis here, meaning it's going from 5 to 7. Usually unions can only be written one way. Okay? But this is an intersection. Usually intersections can be written just like this. And it's going from 5 to 7. The set builder notation to write this would be x such that x is between what? 5
5
and
5,
7. And that is a intersection. So I hope that knocks some cobwebs loose. Question, gripe, complaint.
Well, we need to know set builder notation for the tests.
You could. I personally, most algebra teachers and calculus teachers like interval notation.
Okay.
So, but I can't speak for the homework and the test. I pull problems from the homework and put them on the test, but that doesn't mean I look at every single answer and see how it's written. So you better know how to do both. All right. So, how we feel on inequalities?
Good.
Let's look at the last sections that we're talking about. I think we go 2.3 and 2.4, correct? Somebody look at your outline. That's one of those handouts that y'all don't read. There it is. All right, here we go. Math 1. I think 2.4 is our last section.
2.4 is the last section.
What is snowflake.jpg?
What is that?
On the bottom, it's a download on the bottom of your screen.
Oh, it's a picture. I put a post up. Growing up terrifies me. I'm afraid that the real world is just going to be too hard because I'm so sensitive and insecure. That's why. All right, so let's look and see what they cover in there. 2.4. I just want to make sure that I covered everything. I want to make sure that there's not a feasibility region type problem because I haven't covered that. It looks like to me we just finished. Yeah. Solutions, linear equalities. And I just want to do one more thing for linear equality before we finish today. And so some of those, like Miss Burdette said, I've never seen unions and intersections. Well, and in Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, now in Algebra 1 and pre-algebra, you were introduced to equations. Okay? And those equations were 2x plus 3 is equal to 7. 4x minus 1/2 is equal to 4, or 2 plus 2x plus 6. You know, these equations all have what? An equal sign, meaning these are equalities. Okay? And equalities mean that there's only one what?
Answer.
There's only one solution, and it's the only solution that can work in this equality. For instance, -3, 2x is equal to 4, and x is equal to what? 2. That is the only number that will make this solution balance. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 is equal to 7. That's what makes it balance. There is no other number that will work, and that's what an equality is. An equality is one solution. Whereas an inequality and that's not spelled right. There we go. An inequality still don't look right. Inequality. Okay.
Don't matter.
You ever look at a word and it just don't look right? Oh, there we go. How about starting with the E? No? Inequality.
No, it's an I.
Well, then why does it not look right?
You got it right.
You use it all the time.
All right. An inequality, and that's these two guys, open circle, parentheses, and these two guys. Do you solve the equation the same way? Yes. You do the algebra the same way, but the answer is not a solution anymore. It's a what? It's a solution set, or a solution group of numbers.
Put the paper up.
Thank you. Okay? It's a solution group of numbers that will work. For instance, 2x plus 3 is greater than 4. Minus 3, 2x is greater than 1. X is greater than 1/2. So you graph it. Negative infinity, positive infinity, 0, and 1/2 is right here, and all the numbers greater than 1/2. So pick a number greater than 1/2.
2.
2. So you plug it in. 2 times 2 plus 3 is greater than 4. 4 plus 3 is greater than 4. 7 is greater than 4. True or false?
True.
True. So the difference between an equality and an inequality is an equality is how many solutions?
1.
And inequalities, there's multiple solutions called a solution set. Now, this is important when you're trying to find out the cost per unit of something. If you're making widgets and you want to find out what's the least amount you can charge for the widget to break even, then this is what you use. You use the inequality. Cost / profit. How many of you are taking that management? What's that woman's name? 2.1? Or
1.4.
1.2?
Her name.
How's that
her name's
coming along?
Debbie. Oh well, it's coming.
Is it as bad as it is rate my professor said?
Oh, I have an 85 in that class, which is.
Well, you're
really
not doing too
very-
bad then.
No, that's not very good. And but she's not the nicest woman in the world.
Well, how about, are you talking about cost and
locks the
profit
door.
or talking about anything like that?
No, sir. She just kind of opens the book and just reads the bolded words.
That's what a lot of our math teachers do. Okay. All right. So,
We don't talk about anything.
Monday,
Actually, talk about her shooting animals.
what are we going to be doing? Well, we just about covered everything. Monday, we're going to be going over all homework, because some of y'all hadn't even started on the homework yet. Homework questions sent. We will also be going, if I finish the homework questions, or if you don't send any homework questions, then we're going to go over the what?
Yes.
Test material.
Now, does that mean that everybody's going to see the test and you're going to know the answers? No.
No.
It's a very similar test, meaning how many questions there are. That's about the only similarity. Numbers will be different, the order will be different, the questions will be different. Okay? Test and homework dates will be assigned. And I'll give you instructions for the in-class test that we have to have, and that y'all will tell everybody that it's just terrible. It was just so hard. In-class test, we'll talk about that probably for Wednesday of next week. And what do we need to remember about Friday?
No class.
Friday, no class. So please don't show up and go, well, we're not having class. All right? All right. This Friday coming up. This Friday.
There's
So
one
make sure y'all don't show up Friday. Show up Monday. Y'all have a good weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all be quiet now. It's getting a little bit disruptive.
Quit.
Y'all need to drink more Mountain Dew.
Line, I got that. Mountain Dew tracks me up.
I hate morning classes, especially when y'all don't talk.